And I'd just like to say that you should stop calling them terrorists and, this thing as terrorism, because saying that, it's natural that it will cause terror to people, who are not aware about this. They should, you should highlight this thing in media that they're cowards. We should cause terror in their hearts.
Okay.
They should know that we're not scared of them.
What was the first response that came to your mind? I mean, after this whole tragedy, was there any sort of blame thing that came to your mind? कि ये इसकी वजह से हुआ है?
What?
Did you want to put the blame on somebody? Or did it give you much more courage at the end? Or did you want to blame anyone in particular? Did you want to blame the system? Did you want to blame the media? I mean, इंसान बहुत चीजें
No,
सोचता
I
है इसके
wouldn't
बारे
blame
में.
anyone,
Okay.
but I would, it won't make a difference, if you blame anyone. It's not like that. We should just know as a nation that, we should be united,
Okay.
and we're not scared of them.
Okay.
And, I'm not scared
Okay.
anymore. I would agree. At that time I was scared
Okay.
because I'd lost my brother over there. I couldn't find him. There was just so many people, and it was like a stampede. I'm thankful to God, I could have, ran away, but I wasn't sure whether my brother had left the mosque. So I was searching for him over there, and thank God I found him in one corner. And we stayed there for a few minutes, and firing and grenades and everything. And every single blast or shot, I thought that this is the end. This is the end. But God had to save us. Somehow, luckily, we survived.
Okay.
But after that experience, I'm not scared anymore. I mean, how many people will it take? How many people have to give their lives till everyone realizes that we have to take them down together?
Okay. As per you, what do you think now is the solution? You have been the direct witness to everything that happened that day. You were there and you felt it very closely, and you saw everything. So as per you, what do you think? What is the first thing that this nation should do?
Well, first thing is that we should just unite, be united.
Okay.
And just don't be afraid or scared of, these people, and of, giving your life for your country. Because, even if we give our lives today, it's for a better tomorrow, for all the children, all the young, little kids.
Yes.
I mean, what about their future? What are they going to go through? So just, I would say that it's a hard time, and it will take, a lot of courage and strength, and many people will have to give their lives. But I think it will be, worth that for a better future, that, we just stand together and just take them down.
I would like everyone to applaud for Arsalan here because of his amazing courage and strength that he is here with us today, despite of the fact that he has suffered so much. Brigadier Sahab, what is the psychological perspective? How hard it is to cope after going through such a tragedy?
Well, you see, foremost, what a great privilege and an honor to sit next to this great man's son, who himself is a great man. And I think it's men like General Bilal who makes us feel proud of our uniform, and who makes us proud and set standards for human beings, how to behave in adversity. And I think the most important message that's coming out from this whole exercise is beautifully narrated here, and that is to understand what is the agenda of the terrorist. What does he really want? And you see, the mere fact that we call him a terrorist means that we are pursuing his agenda. The word terror means fear. So the agenda that the terrorist has for you and me is to induce fear in us. And why does he want to induce fear in us? Foremost, because fear paralyzes a man. It doesn't paralyze people as great as General Bilal, but we are lesser mortals. And most of us who are lesser mortals feel paralyzed. We stop to think when we are in fear. And what happens once we stop thinking is we lose our cognition. And when I was walking through the corridors coming to this hall, I saw these beautiful charts saying cognition brings hope, it brings, it makes you laugh, it makes you happy. You see, so cognition is that great function of the human mind which makes you solve problems and solve issues. So how subtly the terrorist is like a virus, it's like a cancer cell that invades the human mind. And once it invades it, it seizes it and paralyzes it so that it stops functioning as a problem-solving organ of the body. So we need to understand that how we can blunt the agenda of the terrorist is to never stop thinking, stop having our cognitions around, always make sure that we are making a contribution towards solving the problem rather than generating problems. Now, one of the things that happens in a terrorist's agenda is also to make us all feel hopeless and helpless and generate a feeling within you, what am I doing in Pakistan? Why shouldn't I leave? What's the point of staying in this country anymore? And every day so many people, when they read all these news in the media, see all this happening around them, start to think in those terms. So remember next time when you're thinking in hopeless terms, when you are feeling helpless, when you're thinking of leaving this country, you are pursuing the agenda of the terrorist. This is exactly what he wanted you to think. So let's say a big no to him. Let's say, you cannot make me hopeless. I'm going to cultivate hope, as written here, within our hearts. And perfect statement. Say to him, you're a coward. You can't scare me. And I'm never going to feel helpless and hopeless in front of you. I'm going to lay my life. I'm going to get injured. I'm going to go through trouble. I'm going to be stopped on the roadside, feel frustrated every day, but never give up on this country, never give up on hope.
Thank you. So, the youth of Pakistan today are devastated. हम कहते हैं कि, from the past 60 years, Pakistan कहाँ पे गया है? What is our future? How can we bring about peace? I think we do not have any inspirational leadership, We do not have anyone who has such a charismatic personality who can inspire us, who can go along with our generation. I mean, where would the motivation come from to cultivate hope? Where?
I think it's a brilliant question to start with. We're always looking for leadership and charismatic leadership. Now, there's a very beautiful statement that one reads in Quran all the time, and it's part of our belief system, and that is that God actually lives within us. Allah is part of us. It's within us, but not in the sense of being identical with us. But it's not also outside us in the sense of being identical to being an alien to us. So remember, there's a bit of God in each one of us. That means that the greatest of all leaders is the strength that God within you has. So each one of you sitting in those chairs, and each one of us sitting in various other campuses around this country, who are adolescents of this country, are actually leaders. They're potential leaders. So you just have to discover that part within you. Let's stop looking for charismatic leaders outside. There's a leader within me, and within you much more, that you need to discover. And what is this particular leader all about? What does it do? It takes me back to my previous argument. A leader is a visionary. He's a strategist. He is somebody who can think ahead beyond these four walls. So each one of you, when you acquire knowledge, when you acquire skills, when you become experts of your own particular field, you are becoming a leader. A leader is born within you because you are, through your knowledge, through your information, through that skill that you're acquiring in your, in your specific business schools or whatever schools that you are going to, you are now becoming, or you are cultivating a seed of leadership within you. And that is what we have to rely with. Let's forget about that, there is somebody who's going to come from outside.
Okay.
And is going to lead us. It has to come from within us.
Okay.
And that is where we need, I think, the maximum strength and rekindling.